Hey y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. So it's 90 degrees out here, y'all. It's 90 degrees. It's starting to get hot. It's supposed to be hot all week long. I don't like that, so I got both my fans on. So I do apologize if you guys are hearing any rustling. I do have my microphone. I think it's secure, but I won't know until I go back and actually listen to this video and edit it. So if it sounds horrible, then obviously I won't do it again tomorrow. I'll just have to bear through it. But it's 90 degrees, so that's why these fans are on. But jumping right into it, you guys, little by little every day, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Ooh, my eyes are lightening up. Sorry, I was distracted. My eyes are brown, and they do this weird thing, like sometimes they get lighter. Different parts of the year they get lighter, and then different parts of the year they get darker. But I was just noticing today that they actually are starting to brighten up. But anyways, moving into the news. So I actually just found this today, but it says that this actually came out yesterday. So new study shows that a common over-the-counter drug could actually treat uh, the virus. Okay, and they're saying that there's some case studies to support this claim. Now, what's interesting about this is because I recognize the medication from the picture. It's a pink pill, and for those of you guys who have allergies, you already know there's only one pill that takes care of allergies. That's pink, and that is called what? Benadryl. Okay. It said two patients with with the virus. It says another word, but I can't say it. I don't know if I can say it. We're going to say two patients with long COVID in California have almost completely alleviated their symptoms by taking daily antihistamines, according to a newly published case report. While the evidence is anecdotal, the remarkable results aren't without precedent. And the authors hope the stories they have detailed can give patients hope and point researchers in the right direction for investigating future treatment. There are currently no evidence-based treatments for long-term treatment of the virus, okay, also known as post-acute, and it goes into SARS, CO, blah, 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 blah. But antihistamines are a promising avenue as they are generally safe to take on a daily basis, so long as they don't interfere with other medications. Most patients tell us that providers have not recommended anything that has helped, says nurse Melissa Pinto from the University of California in Irvine, okay? If patients wish to try over-the-counter antihistamines, I urge them to do so under medical supervision. And because providers may not know about new potential treatments, I would encourage patients to be active in their care and consider taking research and case reports like ours to appointments with providers so that they can help create a regimen that will work, okay? The first case detailed by researchers at UCI involves a healthcare worker in her 40s who would have been one of the first patients in the United States. The patient was, by one of the first patients, I mean the first virus patients. The patient was probably infected sometime in January of 2020, although testing at this time was pretty scarce. 3 days after falling ill, the patient says she was hit by a headache and wall of severe fatigue. Days later, she broke out in a rash and began experiencing chest pain, fevers, and night sweats. The worst of the infection lasted 24 days, but many of the symptoms lingered on. In March of the same year, she started reporting a new symptom, which was brain fog. And let me tell y'all something. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you and tell you guys that I haven't been suffering brain fog. When I go back and edit my videos, I have noticed that I'm saying the wrong word. It's like I have the word in my head, but a completely different word has come out in place of it, and it just makes me look so stupid, and I just felt so embarrassed. My kids have noticed it, but yeah, I've definitely had the brain fog thing going on. I've noticed that it's slowly but surely starting to come back. You know what I mean? For me, what always works in any situation, and I don't. I'm not trying to tell y'all what to do, but I would think that for most people, old people talk about it when they get to a certain point. Elders, I'm sorry, my seasoned seniors. I hear a lot of seasoned seniors talking about how they refuse to sit down and just be on bed rest when they don't have to, because when you put yourself in a position where you're not moving your body, then your body gets the message and ultimately will make it harder for you to move. Okay, so they keep moving, they keep doing things, you know what I mean, they keep exercising their body, they keep exercising their brain. So I found that, for me, especially with me trying to make this my job, it was actually pretty beneficial for me to be up doing research, for me to be reading, because it was exercise for my brain. And I think ultimately, if I had stopped doing that, it probably would have been much worse for me, if that made any sense. So I can definitely say, now, I have not been tested, you guys. I don't know if I have it, so I'm not going to sit on here and come on here just for the sake of views and say, yeah, I had it. I don't know. I didn't go get tested. And the reason for that, I know a lot of, well, only one person was like, you should go for testing and tracing. For what? Testing and tracing hasn't really been doing much, hasn't made much of a difference thus far. And the reality why I didn't go in is because I'm at home. I have decided to stay away from everybody. All of my friends and family is aware. I have not asked anybody to come to my house. They're, like I said, they're aware. My own children are not allowed to come over here for the next 2 weeks. So I am maintaining my difference, my distance. See what I'm saying? That's a prime example. I am maintaining my distance from people. I am staying in the house. I'm doing what needs to be done. But the reality is that I would have ended up going to the hospital, taking my children, putting them in a more difficult and dangerous situation, exposing them to people who are positive with the virus. For what? So then they could send me back home? If you can walk in there and talk to them and have a conversation with them, and they feel like you're not in any urgent distress, they're going to send you home. So to me, there was no point. It was a waste of time. And I felt like my time was just better served being here, taking care of myself, which is exactly what I've been doing. I have been staying hydrated. I have been trying to eat. I have been resting. I have not been getting up and doing a lot of things. You know what I mean? I rested where I was able to rest. I slept in. I did all the things. I'm still doing all the things that I need to do. It's 1:30. Y'all think I got up early this morning? Nope. I woke up at 12 because my body said, what you doing? Get back in the bed. Try it again. So, moving on. It was only when the patient took an antihistamine for a cheese allergy in June of 2020 that she suddenly felt better. She started taking 50 milligrams of, I cannot say it, but it is the medical term for Benadryl, okay? She took this daily, but eventually took the news to her doctor, who prescribed a different medication to try and arrive at a dose that would get her symptoms under control. The patient has now been on a prescription of 50 milligrams of hydroxyzine pamoate, I don't know what that is, for more than 9 months, and her symptoms of fatigue, brain fog, exercise tolerance, and chest pain are nearly gone. Back at full-time work, she says she's achieved 90% of her pre-illness functioning. The second patient, a middle-aged teacher, has a similar story. A month after contracting the virus, she was still suffering from joint pain, insomnia, a rapid heart rate, and difficulty concentrating. A year later, the symptoms remained debilitating. One day, the patient randomly switched her antihistamine medication from fexofenadine to 25 milligrams of Benadryl, as the latter was more convenient to find. The next morning, she noticed her brain fog and fatigue had improved, so she kept it up. The patient now takes 25 milligrams of the Benadryl at night and 180 milligrams of her fexofenadine in the morning, and she says she feels 95% better. Now, I'm not bringing you guys this information so you can go out there and try to self-treat, you guys. I would never do any of that. I do not do that myself. Like I said, I am working with a primary care physician. I do take regular prescription medication because I do have pre-existing health conditions and concerns that must be communicated and dealt with the help of a general practitioner. However, I do understand the fact that Benadryl is generally safe for most people, not for all. Okay, I have taken Benadryl in the past because I do also suffer from allergies. My mom was taking Benadryl, and my mother was a cancer patient, but she also had hay fever and allergies, so she was taking Benadryl for her allergies as well as for insomnia, because it does work for both. I've seen doctors prescribe it for insomnia. I've seen doctors prescribe it for allergies. So just letting you guys know that they're running these case studies, okay? They're anecdotal at best. It says it right here in this article, but I think it's a good start in a different direction. We won't say the right direction because we don't know that yet, but we're going to say a good start in a different direction, okay? Because most people tend to trust things that they're used to taking or that they're familiar with, and I know that there's plenty of people in the United States of America that's familiar with Benadryl, all right? So Moving on from that, we have got some updates from old stingy Mitch. Okay, Mitch McConnell urges governors to ignore infrastructure law guidance. Okay, Congress may have passed a historic infrastructure overhaul into law, but the fight over how it is implemented is only beginning. On Wednesday, Senate Minority Leader, I'm sorry, Mitch McConnell and Senator Shelley Moore Capito of West Virginia wrote a letter to the nation's governors urging them to ignore the Biden's administration's guidance for how states can use federal funding for construction of highway projects. The senators accused the Federal Highway Administration of attempting to implement a wish list of policies not reflected in the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, which Congress passed last year on a bipartisan basis. Both McConnell and Capito, the top Republican on the Senate Environment and Public Works Committee, voted for the law. Nothing in the I don't know what this is, the IIJA, which is the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, provides FHWA with the authority to dictate how states should use their federal formula funding, nor prioritizes public transit or bike paths over new roads and bridges. The senators wrote this in a letter. The FHWA memorandum is an internal document, has no effect on law, and states should treat it as such. At issue is a December 16th memorandum from the Federal Highway Administration outlining how the agency intends to distribute some $110 billion in additional funding to repair roads and bridges. The memo includes language Republicans often frown on, describing goals to advance equitable access to transportation, help combat the climate crisis, and prioritize non-motorized modes and transit options. However, the memo also says the agency plans to encourage and prioritize the repair, rehabilitation, reconstruction, replacement, and maintenance of existing transportation infrastructure. Generally, Republican lawmakers from rural areas have supported hard infrastructure projects such as roads and bridges, whereas Democrats have sought to expand public transit and other modes of transportation such as trains, buses, and bikes. Okay. Yeah, this sounds like a mess, but we knew Stingy Mitch was going to come out. There was an article that came out not too long ago while we're on the subject of good old Mitch McConnell, talking about someone had asked him about how many African American people he had working for him in his administration. And I just didn't really like his response. I just, I'm telling you guys, when it comes to certain issues, people, you ain't got to look, you ain't got to deep, you don't have to search real hard to find out a person's true colors. And I can see that man's true colors the moment he opens his mouth. Before he opens his mouth, as soon as he steps in the room and starts looking through those glasses, I can see his true colors. Okay. Moving on from that. Okay. We are going to talk about a story that I found to be interesting. This is from Texas. It says a Texas parent who demanded that Michelle Obama biography be removed from schools called the book leftist indoctrination. Okay, this is what she called it. A document shows a parent calling the children's book about Michelle Obama's leftist indoctrination. The parent demanded the book be removed from a Texas school district. This is one of the many attempts to ban books that discuss race, gender, or sexuality. In a request for reconsideration of instructional resources, an unnamed parent argued that Michelle Obama, political icon by Heather E. Schwartz, unfairly painted former President Trump as a bully and shames white girls. According to the forum, the parent said they believed that the purposes of the book were to indoctrinate children into the leftist movement with a negatively slanted view of another president and reverse racism, wanting young white girls to believe that the way they talk is a culturally unacceptable way in today's society. It is. It is. If they're talking garbage, it is. It's very unacceptable. It's very unacceptable. This right here is why the school system scares me. among a slew of other reasons. This is why, because you have parents, and this is what I mean. This is what going back to what I was talking about in yesterday's video, and I'm going to try to make it short and sweet for you guys. But going back to the point that I made yesterday about how it is our duty as parents to teach our children to walk this world in the right way. Okay, I am a product of the environment in which I was nurtured in, good, bad, or indifferent. I am going to show personality, characteristic, behavior, if that's all the same thing. I am going to show certain traits in the way that I walk, in the way that I move, in the way that I interact with other people based off of the environment in which I was nurtured in, as will any child. Now, fortunately for me, I wasn't nurtured in an environment that was built around racism. Obviously, because I am an African American child, or was an African American child, I had to learn, I had to be taught, and I also experienced some things that didn't need to be explained to me to give me the understanding that things were going to be a bit different for me because of the way that I look. That's just the way that the world works. I'm hoping that eventually, just like Martin Luther King, that we'll be able to be in a world, if not for me, but my children or their children's children, where it's not like that. But it's still like that today. And this is why I continue to bring these issues to you guys and let you guys know that it's not in the past. You guys know that it's not in the past. You have parents talking like this. Because this parent, obviously, I can't see this parent being against any of the other things that has gone on in the school system, like in the states where they're cutting children's hair off. Let me tell y'all something. I'm very much into natural hair, as you can see. I have locks. This is my hair. This is not extensions. This is mine. This is all mine, right? These are my locks. And I'm very much into natural hair. I'm very much into natural beauty. I do wear makeup, but you guys know I started this channel wearing no makeup at all. And I still hold true to that. But I am trying to teach my girls a way to carry themselves and to not be defined basically by what the society says is beauty. You are beautiful because you think you are beautiful. You are beautiful because God created all people beautiful inside and out. Whether people grow up and decide to change the inside of them emotionally, mentally, or whatever traumatic experiences has changed them is another story. But everybody is born with a chance here on earth to do the right thing, to be a good person, and to evolve. Okay, so getting back onto my point, I don't think that this parent would be against or is not against any of the other on the opposite side of this point in which she stands. She doesn't want her children to learn about the ways that society treats people of color. But you're okay with children of color sitting there and learning and being pointed out and being abused and bullied? I'm sorry. Now, y'all know how I feel about politicians. I don't hold any of them very high, okay? I don't hold any of them very high at all. None of them, okay? Although I believed in what President Obama did, I can't sit up here and say maybe he hasn't made some mistakes. I don't know. I don't know if he has. I don't know if he hasn't at the time. I wasn't really following what was going on. You know what I mean? The situation changed from when he was in office. Unfortunately, we ended up being in a pandemic when President Trump was in office. But it didn't take a pandemic for me to see how much of an idiot he is. It was words that came out of his mouth. Everybody saw. I don't like Trump because he's disrespectful to women. That has nothing to do with the color of his skin. Why I'm saying that is the fact that he's disrespectful to women. He's disrespectful. Period. If he was my color, I would still feel the same way. He's disrespectful to women. He is an idiot. Half of the stuff that he said was hypocrisy. He stood on one side, and then you could see him in a news conference saying something was contradicting to what he just said the previous day. He's an idiot. I'm sorry. He's an idiot. Okay, so I'm not sitting up here and you guys haven't heard me come on here and say, oh my God, President Biden is just so wonderful. I haven't said that either. I don't trust politicians, period. That I stand on that. I'm not for anybody, okay? I'm for me. I'm for us. I'm for making sure that we all have what we need, okay? If you guys don't see that by now, I don't know what to tell you. But moving back into this article, it says, while the attempt, hold on. I lost it. Going all into it, and I didn't flip the screen away. Okay, while the attempt to get the book banned failed, Inside previously reported this is one of the numerous attempts to ban books about race, gender, and sexuality across the country. Y'all have to apologize. I do realize that I just went off on a whole tangent right there, but it's Black History Month, and I told y'all I'm going full force. Okay, so to ban about books that are about race, gender, and sexuality across the country, as well as attempts to ban critical race theory, which I do think that that needs to be taught in school. Because if parents, honestly, if you're not going to do the job of teaching your children about the things that are going on, we need to give all of our children. I came to you guys in one video saying that I believe that bringing you guys this information allows you to make an informed decision. And I believe that nobody has the ability to make an informed decision. Doesn't matter what it's about. If it's about your health, if it's about your finances, if it's about your family, whatever it is, if you don't have all the facts, if you don't have all the information that is needed, you will not be able to make an informed decision. You will make a decision that could probably end up putting you in a worse predicament than you were before you made that decision. That makes any sense. So I feel like the same needs to be said for our children. We are bringing our children up into a world that is not fixed, that is not perfect. Okay, there are still plenty problems that don't have solutions to them. I want all of my children to have all of that information. I want them to know that, hey, you're going to have good days in this world, but you know what? You're also going to have some bad days. You're going to come across some people that are going to accept you just the way that you are, but you're going to come across some people that are not going to accept you at all. Okay. And there's nothing that you can do about it. But I want them to be able to approach those situations with class, with intelligence, and the ability to decipher for themselves the decision that they need to make best off of what's best for them, not to hurt anybody around them. You know what I'm trying to say? That's ultimately what I want for my children and for anybody's kids. And I believe that teaching about our nation, society, whatever you want to call it, teaching about our past in order to stop it from happening again is critical in helping with many of the problems that we are still dealing with today. Okay. As an author, a reader, and a parent, I'm against book banning on principle. Schwartz, the author of the Obama biography, told Insider on Wednesday, there couldn't be a safer way for kids to learn about difficult topics, gain new perspectives, and explore the world and their place in it than by reading words on a page. Sometimes it's dangerous because sometimes the words on the page ain't accurate. I will give you that before some of you guys jump into that. I'm aware. The Katy Independent School District in Texas, Heather E. Schwartz and Michael Obama did not immediately respond to Insider's request for a comment. But y'all let me know what y'all think about that. What y'all think about that? I mean, truly, I really, I want to break into these discussions with you guys. I think it's healthy to have a healthy debate with people. I am not against other people giving me their perspective as long as you're respectful. Okay. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, as always, we finna jump into these emergency SNAP maximum benefits for the month of February. And I do believe that today I want to turn this camera around so that you guys can see what's going on. All right. Okie dokie, you guys, hopefully you can hear me. So we are on the United States Department of Agriculture website. I am going to refresh. Then we are going to scroll up and see what we have, because I do believe we do have some additional states on here, and we are going to go through these together. Any ones that I don't have written down, we're going to take a look at that together. But I'm already seeing Guam is new. I see New York is on here. I can't call any other ones out, but we are going to start at the top with Alabama. We're going to go with Alabama at March the 1st. We have Alaska at February the 1st through the 28th. We have Arizona at regular issuance. We have Colorado February the the 6th through the 11th. And then we have Delaware, which is a new state that I don't have written down. So let's take a look at that. Oh, Lord, whenever these papers start off with that little letter. Oh, no, February the 23rd. So if you're in Delaware, February the 23rd for your February allotments, okay? Georgia, we have February the 24th through the 26th, and then the 28th. And then we have Hawaii at March the 14th. And I realize I just skipped over Guam, so let's take a look at that. Guam, we have February the 18th. Nice and easy. I like when it's easy. Illinois is February the 20th through the 28th. Indiana, February the 5th through the 23rd, odd days only. Iowa, February the 1st through the 10th. Kansas is a newly added state, so let's take a look at that. Kansas, March the 15th through the 24th. March the 15th through the 24th, and this is where I am reading it right here. Right there, okay? All right, we got Kentucky, February the 2nd through the 19th. Louisiana, February the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th, I believe. Maine, we have February the 10th. Maryland, we have all month long. Michigan, we have February the 19th through the 28th. New Jersey, we have February the 1st through the 5th. New Hampshire, we have February the 3rd and the 18th, and then March the 3rd and the 18th. New Mexico was on here yesterday, but there was no date, so I'm going to see if there's one available today. As you guys can see, there is no February extension here. So what I've been telling you guys for the last couple of days, New Mexico is generally all month long, so most likely just check your cards because they're usually from the 1st to the 30th or the 31st. In this case, it'll be the 1st through the 28th, even though I haven't been able to verify that information, but generally it's all month long for New Mexico. So just check your cards. New York is new. So let's take a look at that. Okay, here we go right here. This really big and complicated paragraph right here. Okay, so we have in New York City, supplements will be issued February the 10th. From the 14th through the 18th, and from February the 22nd through the 25th. Benefits will be available the next day following issuance, and the rest of the state district supplements will be issued February the 7th through February the 10th, and February the 13th through the 17th, with benefits available the next day. Okay, that was for New York. North Carolina, February the 22nd through the 28th, and then March 1st through the 3rd. Ohio, we have February the 24th. Oklahoma, we have February the 10th through the 15th. Oregon, we have February the 10th, the 25th, and March 1st. Pennsylvania, we have February the 15th through the 19th, the 23rd through the 26th, March 1st, and then April the 8th. Okay, we've got a lot of dates for Pennsylvania. It's always like that. Rhode Island, you should have already gotten your benefits February the 3rd. South Carolina, we've got February the 1st through the 19th for currently approved households, and then all month long for new applications with benefits to be provided the first day after your case has been approved. Texas has already started to distribute their benefits between the 2nd and the 8th, but give it all the way up until the end of the month if you did not receive them within those dates. Virginia, February the 16th. The Virgin Islands, which is new. We're going to take a look at that. Virgin Islands, we've got February the 19th. Nice and easy. I know y'all hear my son running around in the background making all of that noise. Washington, I still haven't been able to look it up, but we're going to try again today. See if it works. Oh, it works. Okay, here we go. So for Washington, we have allotments will be made available for those with a regular issuance date of the 1st on the 2nd, and then staggered from the 2nd to the 20th on their regular SNAP benefit issuance date, and as applications are approved. So for Washington, we're just going to put February the 2nd through the 20th with regular issuance, okay? All right. That was for Washington. For West Virginia, February the 3rd. Final run, March the 9th. Wisconsin, February the 12th. Catch up, April the 2nd. Wyoming is February the 2nd through the 5th. So you should have already gotten it based off of the first initial of your last name. Okay. I would go through pandemic EBT in this video, but I know this video is already pretty long, so I think I'm just going to go through that probably tomorrow, or I may just upload a separate video just going over that for you guys. All right, you guys, that was a mouthful. I had to drink some water. I feel like I'm getting my strength back. I'm slowly but surely it's coming. It's coming, but I still got, what do you call that? I still got the chest tightness, y'all. I still got it all. I heard myself yesterday when I was editing my video. Man, when I was listening to that audio, I sound like a walrus. It was just, every time I said a word, you could hear it. But like I said, I'm not going to let this defeat me. I will not be defeated. I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, which is nurturing my body, taking the proper precautions, making sure that I am doing well, okay? Because my health comes first. Can't pour from an empty cup. And y'all, I don't trust, I don't trust this world to leave my babies in it without me. Not just yet. Probably won't trust them ever. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. But anyways, you guys, I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful to you guys in at least a little bit. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button, because it really does help to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing and you want me to stick around. I really, I'm going to continue to tell you guys this. I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I'm going to try to get through this without crying. But I really, truly appreciate all of the support that I get from each and every one of you guys. It does not go unnoticed. I have to keep telling you guys that, because I want you to know that I do go through your comments every single day. It doesn't matter what I have going on. You know what I mean? If I find the moments, the time where I'm sitting down looking at Netflix, or if I'm looking at YouTube, I will go through you guys' comments. I will respond to them. But I'm seeing them. I'm seeing how much you guys are thanking me, and you are so welcome. Okay, the support is just, it's overwhelming. I do welcome and appreciate all of my new subscribers. You know what I mean? Ultimately you guys are helping me to I don't even know if I could go back to the point where I actually decided to start this channel. I had no idea where it was going, to be perfectly honest. I had no idea. I had no vision. You know what I mean? I just knew I wanted to get on YouTube, and then the motivation was purely just to make money, because everything that I was trying to do wasn't working, okay? And I have learned to do what makes me truly happy, and to give into my passion. And my passion, believe it or not, has always been about helping other people. And as I sit here day after day on this platform, my brain is constantly buzzing with all the things that I want to do, the nonprofit organizations that I do want to start to help people, to help women with children, to help children. You know what I mean? My goal is always to help our babies. You know, I really want to do that. I really think that I could be of use in that community as well. Our children really need us. But I don't want to get too deep in that with you guys. I just want to tell you guys that I really, truly appreciate you guys. Just know that I am listening to you. I am seeing your comments when you guys go out there and you find information. I forgot to tell you guys, but if I don't have a date for your state when it comes to emergency allotments, check the comment sections, because sometimes your question will be answered in the comment sections by some of the other viewers who may have went onto your state's social media pages. I have mentioned that to you guys. Let me mention it to you again for my new subscribers. Sometimes the information may not be updated on the United States Department of Agriculture website, but they will have that information available on their social media pages. So that's your Twitter, your Facebook, your Instagram for your Department of Social Services, Department of Human Services, whatever it is called in your state. That information sometimes will update there before it updates on the USDA. But I don't want to talk you guys' ear off any more than I already have. Again, I absolutely love you guys. I hope you guys can tell by now. I will definitely see you guys in the next video. So I want you guys to remember, as always, to live, love, and elevate. And again, I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Oh, it's getting better, y'all. Bye, y'all.